Springfield Tower, commuter 4253 inbound, runway 14 visual.
Tighten it?
Yeah.
Commuter 4253, Springfield Tower, runway 14, clear land.
14 clear land, commuter 4253.
Oh, there's a strip.
Alright, now I'm going to send my flight plan. Got a flight plan from K-Raj to, or from SGF to K-Raj here. I'll send it to the panel.
Nice.
Automatically does it for me. Now I'm going to set our altitude to probably 6,000. I don't want to go higher than that. If you're flying at night, I don't like to fly low. You always want to fly higher.
India. Springfield National Airport information, India 0152 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 3, dew point -2, altimeter 3012. Visual approach and use landing runway 14. Advise on initial contact to have India. Springfield National Airport information, India 0152 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 3, dew point -2, altimeter 3012. Visual approach and use landing runway 14. Advise on initial contact to have India.
Alright, we have India.
Springfield National Airport information, India.
Runway 14. I want runway 20. It's a straight shot to where we're going. Springfield ground, Bonanza 6980 Bravo.
Bonanza 6980 Bravo, Springfield ground.
I'd like to pick up radar services VFR back to Romeo Oscar Golf. We're a G36 Bonanza slant Golf, and if possible, can I request runway 20 since we're over here at Midwest?
Bonanza 0 Bravo, what was the destination?
Rogers, Arkansas, Romeo Oscar Golf.
Bonanza 0 Bravo, runway 20, taxi via November, and what's the request altitude?
We'll go to 65, 80 Bravo.
Number 6980 Bravo, maintain VFR at or below 5,000, departure frequency 124.905, squawk 2177.
2177 at or below 5,000, 80 Bravo.
0 Bravo, reads back correct, runway 20, taxi via November.
November to 20, 80 Bravo, on the roll. Pretty night, clear skies, and a lot of no clouds, so a lot of stars to see. Yeah. Sirius XM weather too for the whole country. You can see the cloud deck there.
Oh wow.
We're well below that, so we're good. All right, any questions for us to take off?
I don't think so.
First thing we're going to do is warm up
more
the motor.
techy than the 172. That.
Yeah, there's a little bit more technology on this. But
Does the technology make it easier to fly?
well, it's basically it's a matter of redundancy. The more redundancy you have, the better. Whenever you're flying. Want as many redundant systems as possible. get that a little closer.
It's your trim?
That's lateral trim left and right. But we don't ever touch it. It's the trim, the tail wag. We have what's called a yaw dampener on here, so what that means is the computer controls the rudders in flight. I don't ever have to mess with it. All right, so we're going to do a run up. We're going to get our RPMs up to 1700. How much do you go to in the 172?
1700, yeah. Switching the mags? Is that what you're doing?
That's over here. I'm going to do it right now. All right, there's left mag. You can see the drop.
Yep, that's good.
Go right mag. I go back to left again. I always do it twice. Now we're going to go to 2000. I see this word untie the buses go off. Now we're going to rotate the prop, cycle the prop. Something that you don't have to worry about in a 170. This is a constant speed propeller. But you've only got, what, 2 controls?
Yep.
I've got 3, so.
So one's rotating the prop and one's...
This is the prop. That's for our, controls our RPMs right here.
Okay.
That's your mixture.
Okay. So do you normally fly full ridge?
Oh, no, we fly full ridge to take off.
Okay.
Springfield Tower, Bonanza 6980, Bravo, hold short 20 ready for departure.
And 6980 Bravo, Springfield Tower, fly runway heading, runway 20, close takeoff.
Runway heading 2080 Bravo. So I'm going to go full. I always taxi a little bit lean. If you taxi full ridge, it can damage the spark plugs. It can cause them to coat. So, all right. So the main thing would be to watch your knees during takeoff.
Yep.
This requires a monster amount of right rudder. All right, Toga power, instruments green, airspeed alive. There's our fuel flow warning. We're looking for 80. I'm going to tap both of my brakes, pull up my gear, turn my taxi and landing lights off, and I'm pitching for the magenta line here.
Okay.
And then I'm watching that number right there. That's what's called our
171.
That's our cylinder head temperatures. Yep. Don't ever want that number to go over 190. That's one thing you don't have to worry about in the 172. This is a much more powerful motor, so something we have to be careful of.
And 80 Bravo, connect departure, good night.
Or departure, good night, 80 Bravo. Springfield to control, Bonanza 6980 Bravo, just off runway 20, runway heading 2000, climbing 6000.
And 6980 Bravo, Springfield departure, ready to contact. VFR altitude, your discretion, turn right on course.
Right on course, 80 Bravo, thanks. Stop, touch, direct, enter, enter.
Envoy 3331, Springfield Airport, 1 to 2 o'clock, 15 miles.
Level change.
Yeah, field set for runway 3330.
I'm telling you, I want to climb at 125
3331,
feet a
clear
minute.
visual approach, runway 14.
Visual 14, runway 3331.
Actually, we'll go to 120 so we can get up faster. Here's our rate of climb.
We're going 50 feet a...
Well, 1,250. 1,300, 1,300 feet a minute. Yep. The whole time I'm watching that number, I don't really want to go much over 180.
So what, how do you, what's that number?
How do I stop it from going over 180?
Yeah.
Well, the main thing is this fuel pump right here. When it starts to creep up, I'll pull it in max. It's in low position right now. I'll pull it up to max.
Okay.
But it's so cold outside, you know, it's 11 degrees Celsius, sometimes you don't need it at all. And, but to cool the motor down, tilt the nose down, and go faster. So you have speed, you have fuel. Those are the two ways you can cool the motor down, or retard the throttle. But you don't want to retard the throttle on a takeoff, right?
Right.
So on a hot day, this fuel pump will be on high almost immediately after takeoff.
Yeah.
We're flight planned for 6,000 feet.
November 61 Julia, you can resume on navigation
Those
for straight in runway
magenta
20.
boxes,
Yeah.
that's my
navigation
highway home
61 Juliet.
at 6,000 feet. What we're going to do is fly up into those boxes, and then I'll let you fly. It's going to get up, get established. I'll pull the prop back, pull the mixture back, get us some
3331, contact
cruise.
199, good night.
39, have a great night. See ya.
Once we're there, and then you can fly. You can just fly the magenta boxes.
Yeah.
See how it's up to 177?
Flaps. What are, oh, those are your masters?
They're masters, alternators, avionics, air conditioner, which we're not using. A strobe, beacon, nav.
Okay, that's the star.
These are all of my fuses. That's my starter right there. See where it says?
Yep.
Off, right, left, bag, both, start.
Yep. Amps, don't you want that to be positive? Or I guess it's kind of positive.
So that's not, those amps are for what's called my prop deicer.
Okay.
See, we're at 178, so I put it up to high. So anytime we're in an icing condition, or I suspect I'm getting ice on the propeller, I can flip that on and it heats it up, and it'll help kick it off real fast. It's called prop de-ice.
Nice. Fuel glow? What's that?
That's our fuel flow. That's the same as this number right here.
Okay.
So this is a backup for this.
Okay.
Just like this is a backup for this.
Gotcha.
See, we're climbing at 33, 34 gallons per hour. I think full fuel climb in the 172 is probably what?
November 6361 Juliet, contact tower 99, have a good night.
19, maybe?
Tower 99.
Oh wow, so this is way more fuel.
This is also a turbo. Makes a big difference too.
Since we're 180 now?
Or 183.
Okay, then it just went down, so that's...
So we're almost to 6,000. That beep you heard was the 200-foot warning. So it's going to fly us up, level us out, and then I'm going to adjust the mixture and the prop and the fuel. I'll pull it all back, and we'll get established in cruise.
That's so cool, though. It's like all automatic.
A video game. I'm just waiting for our indicated airspeed to get up in the 145 range. Here we go. So I'm going to go fuel pump off. You'll see this start to drop right here.
2956 Romeo Springfield.
We're going to bring this back to 2,500 RPMs. Right there, and then I'm going to bring our fuel flow back to about 16, somewhere between 16 and 17. And you'll feel the engine slow down.
2956 Romeo, squawk 0263.
Oh yeah.
Feel that?
Yeah. So where's this number?
0263 for 56 Romeo.
16.7.
So we're limiting the amount of gas the engine.
We're increasing the oxygen for the engine. And you can see the temperatures are starting to level out. And
2956 Romeo, radar contact about 30 miles southeast of the Springfield
I want to be at full throttle.
Altimeter 3012.
Full throttle, 29.7. RPMs is the propeller. That's something you don't have to mess with.
Yeah.
The 172, your propeller is tied to your motor. So however RPMs the motor going, it's going faster.
Yep.
These are called complex engines, so you'll have to get a rating to be able to fly these. But in a complex like this, you have to be able to control the fuel-air mixture. Bring it down a little bit more. Really sensitive. There we go, about 16.2. And you can see how my temperatures are starting to come down.
Yeah.
That's the exhaust gas temperature, and that's the CHT temperature, cylinder temperatures. It tells you which one is the hottest that it's reading. It's reading number 1 is the hottest.
That's the cylinder, right?
Uh-huh. Now I checked my system, how much fuel we got left. We have 38 gallons left. We 34.2, but that counts Friday's flight with Jacob. Right now, we have enough for 2.5 hours of flying. This speed could pretty much go to that outer green line.
Oh, wow.
And we'd be out of fuel. And what that green line factors in is the wind. We've got 8 knots in our face.
Wow, okay.
If we turned around and went the other way, the green line would extend a little further out.
So,
I have a tailwind.
Like in IFR, do you have to calculate all this stuff yourself?
To learn how to, yeah. All right, so I'll turn the screen over to you. Hold on, let's do this. Procedure, we're going to select our approach. We want the visual for 20. Load it, put it in. We're going to go straight to final. There we go. All right, so our flight plan has us going straight to the final approach for runway 20, which is, we're going to go straight and then turn slightly to the left to land. What I want you to do is just keep us in those magenta boxes. Are you ready? Don't worry about your feet.
Don't worry about the feet?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to have the yaw dampener on, so the yaw dampener will control the rudders for you. That's it. All right, I switched my fuel. They're right. That's the other thing. We always have to switch our fuel right and left.
Oh, really?
Every 15 minutes. Yep. Because Bonanza's, Beechcraft doesn't have, Cessna I think is the only one that has that both valve.
Oh,
you can switch left tank to right tank. Cessna I think is the only one that has that both valve. All the other ones don't. All right, so we're at 6,000 feet. Our approach final marker will tell us right here is 2,353 feet. So to get to 6,000 down to 2,350, how many minutes will that take?
Going 500 feet a minute? Or 500?
Because that's a traditional IFR flight.
We're at 6,000?
At 6,000, we're going to get to 2,350, so basically 2,500. So 6,000 minus 25 is what? 3.5, 3.5?
Yep.
3.5 times 2 is 7.
Yep.
So 7 minutes. That means in 6 minutes we got to start.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. We got 10 knots in our face. We're doing 170 true, a 164 over the ground, only indicating 156.
So autopilot's adjusting the rudder for me right now.
It's controlling the rudders. Yep. I don't have my feet on them either.
Wow.
Checking our temperatures, 177. We're below 180, so we're totally fine. Oil pressure, everything else looks really good. This will even tell us my electrical loads on an alternator 1, alternator 2. All the bus voltage and everything too. Oh. This thing has a lot. You can see a VFR map. You could do IFR. You can show a traffic map. You can show the XM radio weather for the whole country.
Holy crap, that's crazy.
You can show TAWS, traffic awareness. We can go waypoint, all kinds of different settings here. Our auxiliary channels, EPS, XM radio station to listen to weather and all that kind of stuff. Our flight plan, we can even show nearest airports, nearest VORs, nearest NDBs, those different things.
Do you use all that?
Mostly I use the weather, XM weather, and then my favorite page is this page because it shows me the map and it shows me my flight plan. So 11 minutes, so we got to get to 5 minutes.
And that's really nice. You don't have to use the yoke or the.
This right here is traffic, by the way.
Oh, this is traffic?
It's traffic right there. That's a 12-mile ring. That's a 24-mile ring. You can see a guy right there.
Yep.
That means
So
he's 2,400 feet, 2,400 feet plus. Above us.
Oh, okay.
So if we're at 6,000, he's flying 8,400. Looks like there's someone right near the airport too. 200 feet below us. That right there?
Well, that's in nautical miles. He's not that high in front of us, right?
He's between the 24 nautical mile and the 12-mile ring. He's probably...
Well, he's 22, I would assume.
So that's his altitude.
Oh, that's his altitude, okay.
Location is, he's closer to that 24 ring, so he's probably 20 miles behind us.
Yeah.
Beth, can you turn the speakers off back here?
I can, hold on.
Thank you.
There you go. Now she can't hear us. I isolated her. I don't even know why she's got phones on. She normally flies without them.
Vertical track.
All right, so in 1 minute, we got to start down, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit procedure, activate our flight plan, all right?
Okay.
Now our flight plan's over here.
Number 6980 Bravo, contact Razorback approach 126.6, good night.
26680 Bravo, good night. Fly us to the right to keep us at 6,000.
Razorback departure, radar contact.
Basically what I want you to do is fly over and intercept those magenta lines.
Envoy 4193.
Remember, you're turning, so what are you seeing?
Contact National Tower 127.1. Have a good night.
Right?
Clear for the visual 1627
Good night. I'm going to get the weather there before I call them.
Wind 110 at 06. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 08 Celsius. Dew point -01 Celsius. Altimeter 3012. Remarks?
Rogers Tower, hours of operation are 5:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. local time, Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 7.
Razorback approach, Bonanza 6980 Bravo. We're direct K-Raj with information.
Bonanza 6980 Bravo, Razorback approach. Good evening.
There is someone flying around. Rogers. So the wind is at 110. We're going to land 20. Wind is 110 at 6. We're landing 20. Wind or tailwind?
Say that again, sorry.
Wind is coming out of 110 at 6 knots. We're landing 20. A headwind landing or a tailwind landing?
Headwind. 110 is southwest wind.
We're landing runway 20, but the wind is coming out of 110. Subtract 110 from 200.
90.
Yep. So is it a headwind or a tailwind?
Either.
Exactly. It's a cross, a direct cross. That is correct. All right, I'm going to turn our altitude down to 2352. So that's our path going in, and you can see it's in a downward motion. So basically what we need to do is just fly right over here, intercept those lines, and then stay. We're going to just fly down through the X's, or through the rectangles all the way to the runway. When we get over closer to them, we need to intercept them. I don't want you to jump up to go get them. I just fly into them.
Okay.
So we'll catch up to the path eventually. Okay. Now, when we start to need to go down, want to go down about 500 feet a minute. That's what the boxes are designed to keep us within. Okay. Before you start going down, though, I'm going to pull the throttle back and get that set.
Okay.
So we don't want to force the nose down full throttle. Somebody's landing at Rogers right now, 02. So the tower will be closed, so we'll have to communicate with those people. All right, you can go ahead and start turning gently. I'll pull up to turn though, don't rise. That green reticule right there,
Yeah.
that's where the plane is going.
Okay.
Point that where you want to go. Go, standard turn is 50 degrees, right?
Yep.
So we overshot, so keep that turn coming. We want to get directly under those rectangles, our highway in the sky.
Where's my angle of turn?
Here.
Oh. I'm used to seeing it.
Oh, yep, you are. Yep. Can you see the runway yet? The red lights on the ground?
Looking for it.
Red lights right there? The only red lights you see?
Oh, yeah, right
That's
there.
the runway.
And green, white blinking is
It's the tower. Yep.
tower.
So what we're doing is we're going to maintain our altitude and we're going to intercept these. As we start to intersect them, then we're going to need to go down. We're going to pull the power before we do that.
Should we trim down a little bit? I'm not even on the...
Nope, because we're going to adjust the power before we make any changes.
Okay.
They'll change your trim.
Right.
If you change your trim, then adjust the power, you got to change it again.
You're just in a constant cycle of...
You got to learn to stay ahead of the plane, not let the plane fly you, essentially. So
Yep.
you'll learn that as time goes on. We're getting close to intercepting them, right? Which means we're intercepting the glide path. That's called a glide path, right? I'm going to go ahead and bring the power back. We're going to come back to about 21 in the manifold. That's at very top.
Okay.
Now I want you to just start flying us down. Keep us within the red boxes, or the rectangular boxes, and that number should say right around 500 or so, give or take. As long as you're keeping us in the boxes, we're fine.
Okay.
We're flying kind of the top of the boxes. There you go, you're correcting. Good. And it's okay if you need to go down 1,000 feet a minute to correct. Now, here's my adjustment for my trim. Very touchy. Reach over with your left hand and adjust it however you want. If you need to adjust it, or if it feels pretty trim, don't worry about it. One way to find out is just let go.
We're still... Yeah, I feel it coming up a little bit.
All right, so push a little forward, a hair. Not much. Try it again.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's still pretty good.
But one of the things that we're going to need to do real quick is I want you to take us to level. So put the green dot on the white dot real quick.
Green?
I mean, not quick, but the green reticule. Just pull us up to level. You go right there. Hold that for a second. I need to get my airspeed down so I can drop my gear. We're way too fast for the gear. But it also means we're going to have to dive back down a little bit, right? I want to go to 154. I'm going to throw on my gear when we get to 154.
Bonanza 80 Bravo, no traffic observed between you and the Rogers Airport. Change to advisory frequency for it. Have a good night.
Frequency for Aviation Bravo, good night. Now we're going to throw our flaps. We're going to pull our prop way back. We're going to go ahead and go.
November 00 Papa, contact approach 120.9er. Have a good one.
Here we go.
120.9er,
Now,
00 Papa.
gently, don't dive, but gently, just bring us slowly back within those rectangles. Okay. That'll mean we're back on our glide path. Rogers area traffic, Bonanza 6980 Bravo. We're a 5-mile final straight in 20 Rogers.
Rogers, traffic Sky K7 Bravo's right crosswind 02, traffic in sight, Rogers.
All right, sir, I got you in sight as well. We're going to be landing straight in 20. Let us know if we need to adjust for you.
Oh, you're good. I'll extend here and I'll extend my downwind, let you guys clear.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the help. All right, so we're good. We're going good on speed. We usually want to stay around 120, 115, somewhere in there. When we get closer...
Bonanza 87 Bravo, I'll actually make a turn to the north here and I'll follow you guys in on 20.
Yeah, sounds good. I got you in sight, so no worries.
Copy, thanks.
I got my lights on for you as well.
Right there. I got you, thank you.
It's right of the runway. Right. Or, sorry, left of the runway. Over here to the left.
Yep, I saw him.
All right, so we caught up. We're now proper glide path. Proper glide slope. Readjusted our throttle so we didn't continue dropping too far.
We could trim just a little bit.
Which way? You can adjust it yourself if you want.
Forward is trim.
Forward goes, you push forward, it goes down. Seven Bravo, my apologies. I think I gave you a much shorter distance out than I actually was. But
You're all good. It's part of the process.
All right, so we're on glide slope still. Our gear is down. It's showing 3 lights. That's good. We got our approach flap set. Top throttle and our mixture are both full in. So the last thing we'll need to do is go full flaps when we get a little closer. Usually I'll do that at the 500-foot warning.
Okay.
You can see we got a little bit of front wind from the left.
Yep.
Coming right at us, so coming this way. We're going to need to crab a little bit, which means we need to point a little to the left. You want to point into that wind. Basically keep that ring reticle right on the end of the runway. That'll get your crab right. I turned off the yaw trimmer.
Yeah, I felt it.
So I got my feet on the pedals now.
Yep.
All right, this would be the point where we would intercept glide path on an IFR flight.
Oh yeah, we're coming in like this.
Yep. This will be a crab landing. So at the last minute, I'll kick it over. You're crabbing into the wind. You're pointed into the wind, essentially.
Yep.
Wind's going to be a direct crosswind here in a minute. When I take over and start doing the landing, you can keep one hand on and kind of feel it.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to pull a little power out.
500.
500, we're going to go full flaps. You'll feel it tilt forward. Yep. We'll need a little up trim. There we go. Over 3 red, 1 white, so we're going to get it goes up a little bit, right?
Roger, traffic, Scott, Gate 7 Bravo's 3.5 mile final. Runway 20, number 2. Hey, Rogers.
Rogers, area traffic, 6980 Bravo, short final 20, Rogers. Called out the wrong runway. See? We're still crabbing, right, but we're going right at the runway.
Yep.
See how now we're 2 red, 2 white? Yep. That's a perfect glide path. You got a little low is all that happened. Still crabbing.
You're about to give right rudder?
I'll kick right rudder once I pull the throttle out, which is right now. A little right rudder. There you go.
Yep.
There we go.
Nice.
I hold back pressure and don't let the front wheel touch. We run out of energy. Driving with my feet. You know, what that does is it keeps the pressure off the front wheel, which because they're not as strong.
Right.
Rogers area traffic, 680 Bravo, clearing on Charlie. Final call, Rogers. Through the snow. Oh.
Rogers traffic, 87 Bravo is 1 mile, final 20, Rogers.
Air on us.
Pedals the same principles as the...
Push them with toe brakes. I don't know what the 172 has.
Yep.
You can try it if you want to feel it.
Oh wait, that is up.
The toe's way up underneath.
Yeah.
Just keep a center line here. We're going to the next turnoff. This guy's working on landings, takeoff and landings is what he's doing. I think he's in a 172. I just did a touch and go. This will be our next turn off right up. Just stick to your yellow line. There you go. We'll go up here to the top, then take an immediate left. Well, actually what we're going to do, turn around. All right, I got the foot pedals.
Oh, nice. A quick UE.
All right, you can do it again if you want. Gotta go to the next one. Oh.
Foot pedals are like way up there. Something.
They're a lot different. Got this one right here. This is the one we came out of earlier.
Oh yeah, taxi that way.
I didn't realize they didn't have the rest of it all cleaned off. Apparently they did. Between those two buildings over, right between those two lights. Alright, I got them now. Yep. There's no lights in through here, so yep. I have to coast through the middle. There's lights on ours, but not these. What's that?
At the yellow plane right there is a 172.
I don't know. Could be 182, not sure.